Halo Infinite is dead. It's dead. It may still have a following. It may still have a small-ish multiplayer base, but it is a shell of a game that it could have been. And what's sad is the reason why Halo Infinite is a disaster and it shouldn't have been is because Microsoft rushed it out. I don't even know at this point if I see a future for Halo. Let's get into it. Skip it up and that up. Hey everybody, your favorite man with an ass is now on Cameo. You could get your own personalized video message sent directly from me to you. Link to my Cameo below in the description. I look forward to seeing you there. So since Halo Infinite's release date, it has been, I don't know any other way to put it, it's been a disaster. It just, to show the way things were shaping up, they didn't even have a Team Slayer mode that you could select when multiplayer was first released. That has been like the staple of Halo games since the get-go, and that mode was not there. That just shows you the shape that things were in with Halo Infinite and the state that 343 and Microsoft released it in. And just to show you how things were shaping up with Halo Infinite, it was not long after Halo Infinite was officially released that Farming Simulator had more concurrent users on Steam than Halo Infinite. I know there's other platforms, I know there's Xbox, but if Halo Infinite was living up to the hype, that shouldn't have happened. I don't care what you have to say about it. Well, I'm sure all of you are hyped for that co-op mode that was slated to come out in August, right? I was looking forward to that. I would have played that with my brother. I would have played that with my son. Guess what? Guess what? Now that I don't have a burp in me, the mode's canceled. There's going to be no co-op mode. Can we just like reboot the series and pretend 343 like hasn't made Halo games? Anyway, this comes from IGN.com. I'll read it to you. Halo Infinite is finally getting Forge mode. Yay! Launching on November 8th, 2022. Not to downplay Forge mode, but I also wanted the co-op mode. And the full release of online campaign co-op will now arrive the same day. Sadly, though, split screen co-op has been canceled entirely. In a new update, developer 343 announced details of its winter update coming on November 8th, which comes with some long-awaited modes. Forge mode will allow Halo Infinite fans to essentially create their own content, building new maps with a sophisticated editor and sharing them among the community. Arriving as a beta, we're still not totally sure on included features though, although a leak has looked impressive. Yeah, I've seen some of the maps that people are doing. It's actually pretty cool what you could do in Forge mode. And you'll also get an online co-op mode, which, fine, that's good, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted couch co-op. That was what I was looking forward to. And I don't... Now, look, I've seen people like Modern Vintage Gamer, and he may have a point and he knows how to code, so he may understand it more than I do, where there may be technical limitations. Not necessarily, I bet you, with the Series S and Series X, but this is a cross-generation game, and if they had to get it on the Xbox One, and I'm sure co-op, local co-op, would have been a bear to get to run on the Xbox One and Xbox One S. So, fine, there's that. But here's the thing. If the game was finished, or at least in a truly polished form, I know the games are, AAA games are huge and complex, and there's always patches and updates. Even Nintendo has to do patches and updates with their games. But here's what would have happened. 343 would have been like, before we announce this local co-op, let's see if the base Xbox One can even goddamn do it. I mean, I'm sure they tested it to a degree, but then I'm sure they got the parts in the game where it was like 10 frames a second. And they were like, there's no way we could actually box this co-op mode up, local co-op mode up, and put it out on the market. But they would have known that if they waited and tested it out first. And you know, look, it's not just Microsoft and 343 that are guilty of this. I'm so tired of games being released incomplete. And then promises later and patches later. Look at what happened with Battlefield 2042. It was an incomplete mess, and the game suffered because of it. And honestly, I'm kind of glad it did, because if you just keep on letting publishers put out this crap that's unfinished and saying, no, we're not going to give you money for it, they're just going to keep doing it. What incentive do they have to make a better product if you're buying it? Like people were mad at Jay and I for our Saints Row review. Oh, I'm still going to give it a chance anyway and buy it. Why? You're buying garbage and you're rewarding people for developing and publishing garbage. Would you do this with any other? Would you go out and buy a car that you hate? Would you buy a bird that doesn't fit up to, like this bird was large and had to fit up to my specifications? I'm not a fan bird. I need quality birds on my table. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you get my damn point. You buy a product because of the quality of it, not because you have some emotional, like, okay, you liked other Saints Row games, but Saints Row 2022 isn't good. Don't support it. So they probably won't make another one. I have this feeling the series is dead now. So in the future, if they make a Saints Row game again, like, oh yeah, let's not go down that really terrible route we went last time. People didn't buy it. Let's stick to what's good with Saints Row. So you gotta, including me, I'm guilty of this too, okay? We gotta stop just complaining, buying it anyway, and then complaining again when the company does the same thing again, because we're the problem. We're rewarding financially bad behavior, and if we don't stop, the bad behavior isn't going to stop because people are making money. It's that simple. And Halo Infinite's a perfect example of that. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. I got the best birds. I got quality birds. Come get your quality birds at Rich of Review Tech USA's Bird Shack for $9.99. The best birds with the best holes.